Hello everyone, welcome along to the results show for the 6-hour endurance race that we had earlier at Marina. Welcome along everyone. So we're going to run through the results and everything that we got, the money raised, and the important question of which team takes home the title. So just a little reminder of why we raced for Tommy's Walk to Hope to begin with, and then Mario will join us and we'll talk through the teams and everything like that and the money raised. So we're raising money for Tommy's, a charity that does research into baby loss, miscarriage, and lobbies for change in the law around support and the rights of families who are devastated after losing their babies. 1 in 4 pregnancies in the UK ends in miscarriage. Unexplained pregnancy loss. This sadly affects many families in the UK. So in January this year, my friends Joe and Lara, they sadly lost their son Jackson at 24 weeks of pregnancy when she went into premature labour. Jackson was sadly born asleep. All of his scans leading up to this were fine and truly devastated them losing their beautiful baby boy. This is why they decided to join other families today. She was walking a 10k at Batsy to raise money for Tommy's Walk for Hope, which I did manage to speak to Joe earlier. They said, yeah, it went really well. Obviously really emotional, but she completed a 10k. So hopefully in the future, more research into baby loss will ensure every parent gets to bring their precious baby home. So that was the reason why we were doing it. That was why we were doing it for Tommy's Walk for Hope, and why we chose to do it today, because it was the same day that obviously Lara was doing her 10k at the same time. So Mario should be here.
I'm here. Hello everyone.
So Mario is in the room, or as I was calling him for the last 6 hours today, Magic Mario.
Magic Mario.
I think for the whole of your 3-hour stint, you were referred to Magic Mario.
Why was I a Magic Mario?
I don't know. Because
I've been called many things.
You were consistently doing pretty much the same lap time every lap. And I was like,
There was a few laps with a few thousands of a second apart, but they were not the fastest of laps. They were consistent, but consistently slow in comparison with the fast guys on soft tires.
You were doing very, very well.
Yeah, we done well. I think Alex done fantastically well.
Well, we'll find out in a moment. And so, everyone in the chat, get your predictions in. Let us know who you think is going to take the top spot, or if you want to predict where you think your team came as well. We'll have a little breakdown of the stats of what we raised. So here we go. So on the stream, we did £300 and 7p raised on the stream, which still is incredible. I can't believe it, guys. You absolutely smashed out of the park. So thank you to all of you. So in total, that means Lara raised £841 for Tommy's Walk to Hope.
Yeah, that money is gonna mean a lot for the charity. Obviously, charities nowadays with the crisis that we're all going through, they need every single pound they can get. So I think that's a fantastic achievement by Lara, and I think fantastic achievement by the racing community as well. Well done everyone that donated, and well done everyone that took part.
So I think as well, before we came on to here, Mario, obviously we looked at how much was raised for Mind before, but how much was directly from the sim racing side of things, and I think you said that was what, 700 and something?
Yeah, well, in terms of stream, today marks a stream record, because obviously we went with a different system, because obviously Lara's got their own fundraising, but it would be a bit awkward for everyone to go into her fundraising not knowing her. Yeah. So what we decided is that all donations will be done on stream rather than beforehand. So all the donations were £300, which is amazing. Because when we done the 12 hours for Race for Mind, we during the stream we managed £152, which is amazing. But beforehand, from the teams, from the drivers, from family members and friends, within the racing community, we managed £741. which that, together with my personal fundraising, took us over the £1,000 mark. So we can clearly say that this year LBRacing contributed over £1,000 for charity donations. In fact, it's £1,041 and 7 pence in 2 events. So
And yeah, and you think
that's
we're only in
amazing.
April. We're only in April.
Yeah, and there's more to come. The more charities, hopefully, we can raise money too. And it's not only about raising the money and the funds, which they much need, but also raising awareness and people that go through traumas and mental health, and in this case, the loss of child and childbirth or loss of pregnancy. We are creating awareness that it is okay to talk about these things. And sometimes people that go through these things, they kind of keep it to themselves. So if we can raise awareness and get people talk about it, I think that's a way forward as well.
Oh yeah, 100%, definitely. It's another, as you say, it's just highlighted. Like I didn't know about Tommy's Walk for Hope until obviously Lara started and started out her fundraising and stuff. Like I didn't even know anything about them. So obviously now, obviously with all of this, I know obviously a lot more about them. Mind, when we done the Mind one, I knew a bit about Mind, but not massively in depth. So learned a lot more about Mind.
Yeah.
Which is obviously great from that side, raising the awareness. So, shall we kick off with 10th place? As Swinny rightly put in the chat earlier, the charity is the real winner. So there are no winners and
we
losers.
are all winners. We are all winners.
We're all winners. We will. So in 10th place.
Before we go there, let me just say the way we calculate the laps, so that there is transparency and everyone knows where we stand. Because otherwise people say, "Oh, but I've done these laps," and you say,
"Yeah, go for it."
So basically, the way we calculate laps is that a driver will go out on track after the race, will come into the pits, take a screenshot of their laps completed, leave the lobby, the new driver comes in and carries on racing. And then it repeats itself. Some teams have just one driver swap, other teams have multiple driver swaps. Every time there is a driver swap and the team leaves the lobby, a picture will be sent to us. And then at the end of the race, we collate all them pictures, and we need to do the following. We need to deduct a lap from every stint, because obviously when they come into the pits, they go through the finish line. That lap is not completed, therefore it needs to be deducted from the amount of laps. Also at the end of the race, we cross the finish line and then we stop at turn 3. That lap is not counted, so it was deducted from the total amount of each team's total number of laps. So if that makes sense.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, it makes sense to me as well, but it can be a bit complicated, and what I want to do is avoid people thinking, "Oh, I've done 90 laps, why do I have 89? You have 89 because the lap that you entered the pits does not count, and that's the main thing.
Yeah, because
So we can carry on for 10th place.
10th place, so Academy Motorsport Team 2, 177 laps. Now, obviously, they did have a disconnect. They
did have a disconnect, and they had some issues as well, beginning of the race, some damage as well, so which is not fortunate.
So I think the disconnect, we could safely say the disconnect cost them a lap, maybe 2.
Maybe more, yeah.
Maybe more.
Having in mind that the PlayStation got completely ripped by the cables apparently, and you had to turn it on, and
I'd probably safely say it's 2 laps then.
Yeah, easily 2 laps, 4 minutes to turn it on and go back into the lobby, and that's unfortunate. But at the end of the day, that's racing. Things like that happen in real racing, either punctures or stuff like that. But nevertheless, a great achievement. I think 177 laps, I believe.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, so that's a great achievement in 6 hours. So they should be proud of themselves.
And then 9th place, we have. Let's bring that up on here now. Click the button. Racing Rivals, 178 laps completed.
Yeah, Racing Rivals. Again, I think they were one of the few teams, one of the 2 teams that had 3 driver teams. So they split it up into 3 stints, 3 driver stints. 170 8 laps. Again, I don't know if they had any issues. All I had the feedback is that they had good fun and no problems to report. So maybe just
Exactly.
a thing of pace
That
or
is the
something. I don't know.
main thing. Now, so obviously those two teams were only a lap apart. Then we go up to
Yep.
8th,
Yeah,
which
in
was
8. So 8. So from 5th, 6th, 7, and 8, they all have the same lap numbers. It's
same
just a
number of laps.
matter of finishing
Where they were,
order.
finishing order. So it was Kiki Wheeler's 180 laps. So they
Yep.
have got the 8th place spot there.
Yep.
7th for them was Academy Motorsport Team 1. Again, 180 laps in 7th place. So well done to them. They were very Watsy at the end. His pace was incredible on the
Watsy
mediums.
was all over my back. I was trying to give him some slipstream at the end and playing some strategy to try and keep Kyle away from me. But he was really fast and very clean driver, so he was really on my back for many laps and never really came close of hitting me or anything. So ended up passing me at the end because my tyres went. But yeah, great pace from Watsy.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal pace from Watsy. 180
And
laps
Stewie Boy as well.
And Stuboy, yep, as well. And then in 6th place was Polkey Racing. So the other team of 3.
Yeah, Alki Racing with Alki, the legend. We also had Joel Mansnell, which done his shift in GR2 as well. And Biffy, which is a new driver for our community, isn't it? I think it's first time he entered one of our races and done very well. All of them done really well.
So they were the teams on 180 laps.
There's one more.
One more to bring you on 180. So in 5th on 180, so top of the 180 league was SVR Racing with 180 laps again, completed 5th place. I don't know how they've done that in a Subaru.
Yeah, dad and son, what a great team they did. Young Sermon, he was really fast. His pace at the beginning of the race, when I was watching it on mediums, was really good. He could keep up with some of the soft tire drivers, and I thought that they were in a very good position at the beginning of the race.
Yeah, really good pace, and done it all on mediums as well. I don't know whether they had a softs in at any point, but they were on mediums pretty much the majority. Every time I seemed to look at them, they were on mediums. And absolutely flying. And then that brings us on to 4th place. So just missing out on a podium finish was your team, Mario.
Yeah, we were just finishing up on a podium finish. I think we were on a completely different strategy to the top 3. We never used a soft tire, so we thought, now with hindsight, probably would have done things slightly different, but at the time we done what we thought was correct, which is going for 1 hour stints, 30 lap stints on mediums, which was tough because you had to manage them tight for the 30 laps. Good pace, mid stint, and then the pace would just kind of fade away at the end. But nevertheless, really happy with the No Arthur and myself. I think we done pretty good with the car and with the pace on medium tires. We had a conversation after the first hour of the race when we realized that the strategies were completely different for the guys in front. But then we had very little limited practice on the soft, so we didn't want to risk changing strategy and then ended up with a strategy that we don't know where it would have taken us. So we just stuck to what we wanted with the plan A, and yeah. So lesson learned. Maybe in the future we need to have a plan B and somehow change it up a bit if needed.
Yeah, just don't go to the Ferrari strategy book of plans.
No. saying that, that's a nice segment for 3rd place, right?
Yeah, so 3rd place, talking about Ferraris, goes to SLM North, 183 laps completed for them. 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 183 laps completed for them.
Yeah, we had Brisker and Sandancer at the end of the race. Brisker was really fast at the beginning, Sandancer really fast in the end. At one point I thought we were on the same laps and we were ahead somehow. I was dreaming about that, but actually we were about to get lapped, and then he would pit, and then he would come and catch me up again and pit again. So, yeah.
I think as well to note that that is in the 458 Ferrari.
Yeah.
So that is a
A
fucking job
great
in.
sounding car, isn't it? I did mention it on the stream when we had them nice shots of the car just flying by. The noise it makes is really good.
So before we reveal second, because second inevitably reveals first, everyone get in the chat. Whilst we're talking about SLM North, everyone get in the chat. Pop in there who you think has got it. Obviously, it's between SLM South and the LBRacing team. So get in the chat, predict who you think has got it, and then once we get a few comments in there, we will reveal it. But yeah.
Yeah, so basically it's between two teams. So we have LBRacing and we have SLM South. So it's between them two.
Both in the Porsche as well.
Yeah, also to go back with SLM North, I believe Brisker was a late addition to the team, wasn't it? Because he had issues with Sandancer, teammates somehow disappeared, and so it's actually pretty good for them to kind of last minute getting in a driver and being able to finish in the podium.
So there's two predictions already come in. SLM P1 from Chris Smith and Sandancer saying South 100%.
Not so sure. I think Rich had some issues, so
yeah,
that might play into it.
Rich had to. I don't know whether Rich wants us to share this, but Rich had to go to the toilet and put the game on pause for 2 laps as he was driving around, and then came back and he only had half a lap of fuel as well.
Yeah. Well.
So it cost him
things
about
happen.
20 seconds.
Things do happen. Things do happen. You know, when the toilet calls, the toilet calls. I know how hard it is sometimes. You know, for my 12-hour endurance racing, it is tricky. And I was lucky sometimes that the pit stop at Spa was long enough for me to get out and go for a little cheeky wee and come back in time for carry on racing. But the pit stop, especially if you were on the softs on this track, the pit stop is not long enough for you to do that. So
shall we reveal it? Second place goes to SLM South.
SLM South.
I didn't have a picture of your car, guys. You were on the same laps as SLM North as well. You just finished further ahead on track to them.
And potentially you missed out on a lap as well, which wouldn't change the finishing order.
Yeah, it wouldn't change a thing.
You would have had 1 more laps if Rich finished that lap that he already started. So when the wording finish came up, he was already crossed the finish line. So he should have carried on and finished that lap.
He was gone about 20 seconds, Sandancer felt like he was only gone 20 seconds in party movement. He lost about 20 seconds of lap time. We had a look. It was about 20 seconds of lap time that he lost. On the basis of that, over those 2 laps that he was gone.
Yeah.
But that does mean we will reveal it. The winning team
is LBR Racing.
I can't say LBR because that would be LBRacing Racing.
LBR Racing. LBRacing.
We've done a thing. It's because I didn't drive it. That's why.
True. You probably were not involved in strategy neither.
No, it wasn't involved in strategy. Didn't get involved in it. I wasn't allowed to get involved in it.
No, but I think that if you look back, you know, in terms of Mike, beginning of the race was a little bit sketchy. He was kind of in the wars at the beginning, but his later on stints was just like his pace was really ridiculous. And then when Gav came in, because I thought that at one point, Alex was battling with Mike, and we were kind of more or less on track. And I thought there was a chance of me kind of keeping up with Gavin, and I can see with the lap counter in terms of fastest laps, and I can see Gav just going up and up and up on that list until he made the fastest lap of the race, a ridiculous 1:53.840.
Yeah, very quick time.
I think he was in the zone at the end of that race. You know, we know Gav. He's the most competitive guy probably around, and he really wanted that fastest lap more than anything. I think if you can give him fastest lap over racing, he probably wants fastest lap.
He was absolutely. When he done his first stint and he came out the pits, and I said, "Well, now we've got the Stig in the car." And then his last stint was just.
Yeah, he was really fast, and I think that made the difference. That with the unfortunate situation of Rich, which potentially cost him the race. So
Yeah, I think
yeah,
we worked out Rich probably without losing 20 seconds would have been at the end of the race around about 10 seconds in front of
yeah,
Gav, maybe.
which would have been enough for the race win. So it's a bit a shame because Temp at the beginning, you know, his stint was just ridiculous. At one point, I think he was about 40 seconds ahead of second or something like that.
Yeah, he was absolutely
flying consistently, fast lap after fast lap. So yeah, it's unfortunate for that.
Everyone's in the chat just saying, "Well done, congratulations." Swinny, are you sure your calculator isn't broken?
Yeah, it isn't. We've done this 3 times to make sure it was correct. So yeah.
Yeah, we've literally sat down and gone through it 3 times to make sure it is all correct. And obviously, Chris Smith in there saying, "Time to get ready for the next one." Yeah.
Yeah. Keep your eyes peeled on our Discord, and it will come up pretty soon. So we already am planning the next one.
We want to get one more in before we go for the big one, I think.
Yeah.
The big one will be at the end of the year.
We're looking at a couple of months for maybe another 6 hour.
Yeah, maybe another 6, or maybe might even stretch out to an 8.
We'll see.
We'll see, but the big
Let
one...
us know in the comments where would you like to race and for how long.
Yeah.
Let us know.
But we're not doing we're not doing a 24-hour next.
We are not doing a 24-hour next. No.
The 24-hour will be at the end. Will be the end of the year. Will be the last one.
Let's look at autumn. Autumn, when the weather is a bit cool, then we can do a 24-hour. I think now with weather warming up, I don't think people want to sit in their rigs for that long.
No, it was hot just with my because I had my PlayStation on, monitor, 2 laptops going. It was warm enough as it was just with that lot going. Temp saying Nürburgring.
Yeah.
Nürburgring's definitely up there as one of them. It's one that I'd love to do, and I just don't know whether to save it for the 24-hour. Because I just love the idea of all of you racing around the Nordschleife for 24 hours.
Yeah, a nice NLS race for 24 hours. I think that is going to be epic. But yeah, that might be the next one. Maybe. You never know.
But no,
just let us know.
Cheers everyone for all of your donations today. It really means a lot. Obviously, thank you so much for everyone that got involved. Obviously, yeah, that's a good point as well. Chris just mentioned in there. They've got their 24-hour in October.
Yeah, just post in the Discord, and obviously we'd spread out and see if we can get some teams to fill up your grid.
No, yeah, 100%, Chris. Yeah, by all means, feel free to post it up in the Discord. And yeah, everyone feel free to get teams entered into that. By all means, it would be good practice for our one at the end of the year.
Yeah.
But no, as I said, everyone, thank you so much for all of your donations. It really means a lot. Thank you for all your support today. And we're back on Monday for round 2 of the Porsche Cup and the GR3 Masters.
Yeah, fantastic. I won't be commentating on that. So
no, you'll be racing.
Well done on you for covering the 6-hour race. I think you've done a great job, obviously, and putting all the effort and the graphics and organizing this. We know how hard it is. Well done for you to sorting it all out. If I'm perfectly
honest, Mario, it was a lot easier this time because it was just a lot of stuff we had already ironed out from before.
Yeah, it's just a bit of a copy and paste, really, and just kind of small details. But
Exactly.
regardless, nevertheless, a lot of work and well done for everything that you put into it.
But no, thank you everyone, and we will catch you on Monday night. Cheers everyone for tuning in and watching the results.
Bye.
Bye everyone.